Okay, here we're gonna have a Reddit story. We're gonna have a Reddit story. Let's see if this one triggers you. The question here is, what is the worst thing your partner has ever told you? Listen to the story right here. I'm gonna let this be a surprise. I'm gonna let this be a surprise. Listen to the story because I like how Ask Reddit it goes in sometimes.
What's the worst thing your partner has ever told you? My girlfriend attended a party, and after coming back from it was visibly really upset. This was a party hosted by notoriously scummy, very low-level frat boys, and despite me warning her not to go, she still went. And now, this happened. For weeks after coming back from this party, my girlfriend was getting sick, avoiding eye contact with me, and even shuddering at my touch. I kept asking her what was wrong, and she only gave me the answer on the day I saw her crying while curled up on the floor in the fetal position. She kept repeating, "I'm sorry," and after I asked her for what, she told me that when she went to the party, she was roped. I went to pick her up off the floor, and when I did, she flinched and told me to get off her. I stayed with her for almost an hour in silence, and that's when she dropped an even bigger bombshell. "I'm pregnant because of it, and I know you won't like it, but I'm keeping it." I was stunned, baffled. I left the bathroom to go for a walk around the block. I came back to her still crying, and that's when I told her that either she's terminating it or we are done. The rest of the full story is on my channel and linked below. What's the worst thing your partner...
Hey yo, man. This story, this is first of all, isn't that amazing? This is why I laugh. I always say this because I saw something on AJ's channel and they were talking about baby deletion. I don't think women should have a say when it comes to baby deletion. That's my opinion. People might think that's barbaric, but I don't think, because I don't even think women really have they say they're pro baby deletion, but what I see them do in like real life, how they'll make decisions while they'll delete this one, then they'll keep something else. The decisions that they make, I always want. I'm like, I don't think they should have that, because I don't think I just don't think we should listen to women when it comes to them talking about baby deletion, because their logic is all over the place. It's all over the place. Oh man. Where do I even begin? You know what? Let's start that from the beginning. Let's play it again.
Partner has ever told you. My girlfriend attended a party, and after coming back from it was visibly really upset. This was a party hosted by notoriously scummy, very low-level frat boys, and despite...
Now, you see how they're already setting it up. Women swear they hate men touching on them, doing all this stuff. They hate predators, and we need to do this, blah, 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 whatever. But they like to go to these parties where it's basically a jungle. They like to go to these frat parties, or like where like these spots where it's not safe. It's not safe. They say being quote unquote graped, right, is the scariest thing that can happen to them. Yet they seem to frequent the spots where these things happen, which it has never made sense to me. Or they're around the people where they get the most alleged, like, you don't ever see them hanging around the chess club or the people. I just want to dance. I'm like, so just don't join a dancing class, join a salsa dancing class at one of these public spots, and you can dance there. You can join a whole dance crew and everything and pop up and dance. You can... The excuses that they will make. They say they don't want that to happen to them, but they like to be around spots where these things happen, or they like to be around people or the type of men who usually get accused of these kind of things. They say they don't like predators, but they're in a first name basis with their drug dealers. They got drug dealer boyfriends who be messing with underage women and all this stuff. It's like, bruh. Anyways, we gonna let this we won't let this play. But in the meantime, let me hold on. Let me bring something up real quick. Let's bring something up real quick. Because I'm curious on the full story. I am curious on the full story of this. I'm very curious. Oh Lord, they try to cap what? Because I'm on the YouTube channel and I want to see the full story on this. But let's finish the Let's finish this thing right here. Let's finish breaking this down. We'll look for the full story after this.
Me warning her not to go, she still went. And now this happened.
And watch, he said, I warned her not to go and she still went. Do you know how many women in high school I've seen that happen to? They'll tell the girl, don't go to this party. I've heard a dude literally say, yo, are you trying to get fucked? And she's like, no, but I don't. He's like, don't go to that party. It was a, I'm not going to say he's a Chad, but he was a very popular person. Like, he was very well connected. People knew him. You know what I mean? And he was just like, yo, are you trying to get effed? He said, then don't go to that party. I had to tell that to somebody in high school. I don't even want to say their name. I told him verbatim. I'm like, are you trying to get effed? And people will be like, oh, but you were just copying what he's. Look, because it stuck out to me when he said that. Because I'm like, you got to put it in, like, you have to put it that way. So like, are you, but they didn't take it seriously. Next thing you know, broad comes back school after the weekend. She comes back on a Monday, see her at school crying. I'd even approach her. I was like, hey, well, could be doing anything else.
For weeks after coming back from this party, my girlfriend was getting sick, avoiding eye contact with me, and even shuddering at my touch. I kept asking.
Now, I know people will say those are signs that something traumatic happened to her, but really, those are signs that she cheated. Now, I know I'm going in on the grape discussion, but I believe with this situation, she cheated and she regretted it. But in her mind, that's grape in her mind, because she regretted the decision, or it's either that or she's just using that as a qualification to, oh, this happened to me. That's my opinion, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second.
Asking her what was wrong, and she only gave me the answer on the day I saw her crying while curled up on the floor in the fetal position. She kept repeating, I'm sorry, and after I asked her for what, she told me that when she went to the party, she was roped. I went to pick her up off the floor, and when I did, she flinched and told me to get off her. I stayed with her for almost an hour in silence, and that's when she dropped an even bigger bombshell. I'm pregnant because of it, and I know you won't like it, but I'm keeping it. I was stunned.
Now, when I saw that part where she said, I'm pregnant because of it, so you'd even bother to take a plan B or go to the police station for a grape kit to do. You didn't do none of that, huh? You didn't take no plan B. You didn't take no other birth control. You got abortion pill. Baby deletion pill. You did none of that, huh? And now I'm gonna keep it. So this is where I'm like, you cheated. She cheated. She didn't. She thought she had a plan. This was her dual mating strategy plan gone wrong, right? So now she now realizing that he's probably gonna leave, because obviously she can't say, oh, I went to the party, I had sex with this man, I liked it, whatever, I kept this kid. Do you want to? I know I cheated on you, but I'm gonna keep his kid. Do you want to still help me raise the kid? So she knows she couldn't pull it off like that, so she had to use the grape card and just say, well, out of a situation like this, a miracle happened. No. If that really happened to you, why are you keeping it? Because that doesn't work in 2024. What she just pulled right there, that's not going to work in 2024, because we had all these broads marching on Washington about, we need baby deletion rights and we need this and blah, blah, blah. What if we get raped? What if this little girl gets raped? What if she's 10 and this happened to her and she got impregnated? What happened to the 5-year-old? Remember all this stuff that they were just talking about? All that stuff they was talking about. Grape this, grape that. Now, here's a prime example. You said you was grape. You got pregnant by it. This is a prime example for you to delete the kid. Oh, I want to keep it. Nah. And you're lying. So like I said, that what she just tried to pull a fast one on this man. She tried to pull a fast one. She's been with this guy for a while. She likes the guy that she's talking about, the boy that dropped the story. She saw him as a great provider, as a nice beta provider, but not somebody to have kids with. So she tried to pull a fast one on him because she was ovulating. And when she was ovulating, she wasn't even trying to get, like, unfortunately, this is some Animal Kingdom type stuff that's happening right here. She was ovulating. She went, and when she was ovulating, she wanted to go to the frat boy party that her boyfriend told her not to go to, but she was ovulating. So she went. That's why she went. That's why she went to the frat boy parties. Well, how do I know she was ovulating? She got pregnant. So when you ovulating, that's when, and she was not on birth control during that time. That's what happens when you're not on birth control and you're not, and you're ovulating. Those that she's, that's when her who she's really attracted to is gonna come out. That's why she went to that frat boy party, even though you told her not to, because she wanted to get screwed by those guys. So whether it was voluntary or involuntary, that's what she wanted to happen. So she tried to pull a fast one on the dual mating strategy. Now, after the ovulation phase kind of wears off and she starts experiencing the symptoms of pregnancy, she realized, I let my animal thing, my animal brain take over. I've made a terrible mistake. I need to find a way, because in her mind she still wants to keep the kid because she got what she wanted out of the deal. Believe it or not, even though she regrets it, she got what she wanted. Pregnant by an alpha, whoever dominated her, whether voluntarily or involuntarily. She got what she wanted. Now she knows that guy is not going to be there for she knows that. So now this is where she said, how do I get the beta that I'm with to stay with me and raise another man's kid? The only way she can do that is to come up with that story. Oh, I got taken advantage of. Nah, that doesn't work in 2024. Too many of y'all broads was marching on that baby deletion type stuff, and now all of a sudden, out of all the kids to delete, to delete, you don't want to delete this one, even though you say you got graped. Nah, you're lying about that. She's lying. So now the same woman that's pro. I'm talking about the same woman that didn't have a pregnancy scare with you because she made sure of that. Now she wants to keep a nah.
Baffled, I left the bathroom to go for a walk around the block. I came back to her still crying, and that's when I told her that either she's terminating it or we are done. The rest of the full story is
interesting. So he told we either you terminate this baby or I'm out. Now this is where I always say, where are the men's reproductive rights here? Because here she's not even giving him an option. It's interesting, man. It's man, this is interesting because this is not only is this like real life, this is really low animal kingdom type stuff. But I'm trying to see. Let me see if the video is on here. Let's see. I'm trying to see if the videos is on their YouTube channel. We shall see. I'm gonna pause this real quick. So I did find the full story. And to keep a long story short, she kept the baby. Well, no, sorry. She said she wanted to keep the baby, but she ended up getting a termination anyways. She tried to put it on, oh, my my parents my parents are super religious, so I didn't have the option to terminate and blah 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 blah. So she ended up getting a termination, and it ended up hampering her relationship with her parents. So I will do a full. I might do a live stream specifically on this video. I might do a full live stream on this because I just discovered this now. But to keep a long story short, she ended up terminating it according to the comment section, because I'm not listening to all of this. According to the comment section, he said she eventually got a termination, and she and her parents were never really on speaking terms after that. And she and the guy in the story stayed together. So the guy is an idiot to not see what clearly happened. She cheated. She regretted it, but decided and didn't understand the repercussions of what she allowed her animal brain to do, because she was, for her to get pregnant off the ordeal, that means she was ovulating during that time. And when she was ovulating, she wanted to go to a frat party. Why did she want to go to a frat party while she was ovulating? Ding, ding, ding. Like it's very, very simple. Now, she learned her lesson the hard way. So this is why she's so probably like after this ordeal, she's probably like not, she's going to try to make sure to stay on this guy's good side. But he's an idiot for staying with her, even though she did end up terminating the kid. But for him to, like they say, the person said that he decided to stay with her after she decided to terminate the kid. Now, probably in that kid's mind, he probably thought, that's me exerting my authority, and I'm the alpha of that boy is a plump fool. A plump fool. I think a lot of dudes need to understand I'm talking about because I don't really remember in my biology class, because in my biology class, we don't really go into depth into a woman's biology, into what's really happening to a woman's body when she's ovulating. You know what I mean? These things where it actually makes sense to why they go for the certain kind of dudes that they go for, or why when women are on birth control, there's a difference between the type of man they go for while on birth control versus when they're off birth control. You know what I mean? So they need to really. I don't remember in high school them kind of going into the science behind that, because I was terrible in science, but I know this. This is very something that I had to learn outside of school in terms of ovulation from a ninja, mind you, teaching me about ovulation and the cycles, and then I was able to put what I learned from class to what I learned outside of the class, and I started putting things together. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I see what's happening. Now I understand that statistic when they're talking about most of the time when women cheat, they're ovulating. It's crazy. Like they did, like it was like 50 or 60% of the time when women are cheating, they're ovulating that week. So that's a very critical piece of information to know. To know. So it gives you a step ahead of if a woman like that tries to pull a fast one on you. You know what I mean? That was a last ditch attempt effort into, man, I messed up. Let's see if he'll just accept it. And clearly he's not accepting it. Okay, I got to get rid. That's what it is, man.